What's good? What's good, everybody? It's your boy 313 J Moon, just here to talk some Lions talk, Pistons talk if you want. We got a lot of things going on with the Lions, a lot of people talking. It's a couple things going with the NFL. Just gonna be here with you guys a little while. I got an announcement. DSA, the roundtable will be on my channel tomorrow, so make sure all of you guys stop by. And I got Mr. The Detroit Sports Room, Jim Bordeaux, on the panel with me. What's good?
What's up, man? What's up? I'm happy to come on and talk Detroit sports, man. Anytime, anytime. This is going to be fun.
All right. So as we know, Devontae Adams, he went on Twitter and he talked about how that he understands all of the Lions coverages because it's so simple and it's like it's no difference in the coverages. So he knows when Slay is playing man or when Slay is playing zone. And my thing is, why does he know that? And then Slay, he went and he confirmed it. So my thing is Slay being bitter with all of the stuff that he's been talking about with the Detroit Lions, or is Matt Patricia's fault for not disguising his coverages and changing his defense? Because honestly, Slay is a little bit bitter, but who wouldn't be when you get drafted by a team and you play well and they don't believe in you, they want to get rid of you, and then they want to draft another guy to replace you. But what do you think about that, Detroit Sports Rule? What do you think about, like, is Slay being bitter, saying what Devontae Adams was saying was correct, or is it on Matt Patricia to be disguising his coverages better?
I think it's a lot of Slay being bitter, and I think that some of the conversations that Slay had with Coach was not so good. I think there's a lot of bad blood there. I really do. And the thing about the coverages, it is really not hard to see if you're in man or zone. All you have to do is have someone like come across the field behind the line of scrimmage, come in motion, and you can tell if somebody at the corner is going with them. It's a man-to-man, and if it's not going with them, it's generally a zone. This isn't hard to figure out. In every defense, you can pretty much read what they're doing. That's what quarterbacks do all the time. So I don't understand this. To be honest, I don't think it's a Matt Patricia thing. It could be, but I don't see it that way.
Well, I think that I don't know about that, because when you look at how we played the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, we weren't out there we were playing man a whole lot, and our DBs were making some great plays, but we weren't just throwing him some simple things that he had seen before. So I just and when we play Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, he just had a lot of missed throws, and you could say maybe that's because of the coverages, but I mean, every receiver doesn't know what you're going to do at every single point in time. Like, for him to know what they're going to do every single time they line up, I don't think that's good, and he can communicate to the defense. And this is football. If you know if a team is in man or zone, it matters, and it matters way more for quarterbacks, because if they're in the man or zone, you're gonna go to the right read and pick them apart. What you gonna say?
Do you remember the Jet? I think it was the Jets who said that they knew everything we were going to do offensively.
Yeah,
remember that? This is kind of the same thing where they're just reading the coverage, and yeah, maybe he needs to bring a little bit different coverage because he doesn't blitz. There's no complexity to what he's doing, really, to be honest. I mean, he's playing man to man. He's bringing three. He's hoping his coverage will hold up, and he'll send the jack linebacker every once in a while. He'll send a safety every once in a while. But this isn't. I don't want to say it, but it isn't rocket science, to be honest.
Yeah, to all the people in the chat, I will be hosting a roundtable on my channel tomorrow, so make sure you guys stop by. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you guys like the video if you haven't already. It's not rocket science, but to me, at the end of the day, it does matter a little bit. And I know Slay is bitter, but like as I said when we were talking earlier, you can be bitter and still be spitting facts. It's not like he's spitting lies or he's saying anything that wasn't true. And I feel that a lot of the players around the NFL, maybe they're a little bit upset with Patricia because this players coming at Patricia left and right from any team. It don't matter if they were former Lions. It don't matter if they never went to the Lions and never went to be on the Lions. And my thing is, how much more do we have to see? How much more do we have to take before we start to validate some of the things that these people are saying when the results on the field with our defense, injuries included or not, wasn't good. Like on the field, it's not looking good. And then you hear the off season, and you just hear all players talking about, oh yeah, his defense is easy to read. Like that's never something that I want to hear. I don't care how complex or simple a defense can be. I never want to hear that it's easy to read and you know what our best corner is going to do every time. So in turn, that's why you cook some, because Devontae Adams, he been making short work of Slay. Slay has played well sometimes,
but Slay was injured last year. I think that was more his knee injury than anything else.
I mean, no, I'm talking about even before this year.
Yeah,
like
well, Devontae Adams is a really good wide receiver. But to one thing I wanted to say though, Matt Patricia's never had a great defense. I mean, when he was over in New England, he never had a great defense. I never thought he had a great defense. So everybody's saying, "Oh, he's a defensive guru." I don't see that even there. I didn't see it. So I don't really expect it here. I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, I know everybody has their own opinions about Matt Patricia and stuff like that, but I don't think he's that wonderful of a head coach. I hope he learns, but I just don't see it at this point.
Well, what I would say is you're correct. It's not like anything you said was wrong. And that's my thing. The reason why I think he's called this guru is we all seen the Patriots video against the Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
But was that more Bevel's mistake or his defense? That last play.
Did you see the video when Patricia got hired and he showed how he specifically schemed that interception?
Yeah.
So maybe that's why
the interception doesn't happen if they run the ball like they're supposed to.
It doesn't happen if they run the ball, but if he didn't scheme it that way, even if they throw the ball, it doesn't get intercepted. That's just the fact of the matter, because once you realize that they're not going to run the ball, or that's what you're thinking, and they don't line up at that goal line, pounding down your throat stance, then you have to start doing other things. And yeah, none of his defenses were like his best defense. I don't know the rankings, but the Lions were ranked 10th in 2018. But you can take that how you want it. But in our last 6 games, we allow we allow a very low amount of points. We blew out the Packers 30-0. So I don't know why they would call him the defensive guru or anything, but my thing is when Devontae Adams is out here, it's just like he's saying he knows how to read our defense and there's nothing to him. And then when I go look at all his yards, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, 100 yards versus the Lions, always cooking us. No matter we double team, it don't matter. Devontae Adams destroys us. Yep. So you telling me you're destroying us and you can read our defense. Oh, okay, that makes me feel very good.
I like
what would have happened against? I mean, I know the refs cheated us the first game, but Devontae Adams didn't play in that game.
Right. So, but the thing is, it's like if they knew that we were doing, they still needed the refs to win. That's what Devin 99 says, and I kind of agree with that. It's like, you know all what we're doing, and we still were beating you. You still needed the refs' help. So I don't see how that helped them so much. You know what I mean?
But I feel like I'm not gonna say who would have won or lost the game, but they would have been in a better position with him on the field. But I don't know. It's just something to think about. And my thing is, I think I have predicted the Lions to win the division. I do believe if this team is healthy, we can do that. But it's just so many players from so many different franchises, all this negativity towards Matt Patricia. Maybe that means we can turn it into positivity and something good. But it just makes me feel a little bit concerned. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you like and comment. I will be hosting the round table tomorrow, so make sure you guys all stop by. But I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Every day is something from a different player. Like if these were all former Lions, but it's not. You got Richard Sherman that's still been talking.
Yep.
Now Devontae Adams talking about he can read our defense. You got player over here, player over there. Yeah, Matt Patricia. Yeah, he wasn't really that good. His defenses were never really a problem for me. And I believe in this team. I just wish somebody from somewhere else would say anything like he's a solid coach. That's all I need. Just call him a solid coach. Call him somebody that you like. Because we ain't hearing nothing but negativity. And
I don't know if
has to be some merit
national media gives him a lot of love. They really do.
Yeah, they love him, but the players don't. And to me, the players matter because they're the ones going on the field.
But also the national media hates us, so I don't know how to take that.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know. NFL, I just wanted to say this. The NFL has announced that they're canceling the first and the fourth preseason game. Oh, shoot. I didn't know that was a question. I'm sorry, JMO.
No, you all good, man.
Yeah, I just found that out. It was Fox 2 News that broke that that I saw. So, yeah, that's thoughts on that. Why the first and the fourth game? That makes no sense.
Devin 90 says all the college players at the Senior Bowl loved them. Yeah, they don't know no better. They ain't played in the NFL.
They won too, so I don't know.
Right. So I mean, yeah, young guys. I mean, I can't find a young guy on like Hawkinson. I'm sure loves Patricia and Amani Warrior. I'm sure they like him. Justin Coleman, he's not young, but he's new to the team. I'm sure his guys likes him, like him, but everybody on the team is not a Matt Patricia guy. So anyway, so I don't understand this at all. Why in the world would you cancel the first preseason game and then cancel the fourth preseason game for everybody in here? They canceled the first and the fourth preseason game. So I was like, we're going to cancel your first game and we're going to cancel your last game. But you know what it really sounded to me? We going to cancel the least important games. First game
I think
and
that
fourth
too.
game. Because the second game, go ahead.
The other thing I thought is it could be a scheduling issue. You know, with teams that are from certain areas playing certain teams from other areas. I don't really know that, but I'm just wondering if it could have been, you know, some of those home games were in more of the places that COVID is breaking out more or whatever.
Well, I don't know about that, but that's a good idea. I never thought about it from that perspective, but I just think that maybe they know the value of those games and they're going to cancel those. I mean, the second game, a quarterback, your starting quarterback will probably go on one drive in the second game, and then the third game they'll play the first quarter. So maybe that, but honestly, it don't make sense. If you want to cancel preseason games, I say cancel the first 3 preseason games.
Yeah, me too. First 2. I don't see why you did 1 and 4. If you did the first 2, you're still going to have the same amount of games. It doesn't matter which game.
Yeah, like the NFL, I don't know what they're trying to do. It's like they run around like a chicken with their head cut off.
But
like, why would you cancel the first 2 or 4 games?
They're very smart. So I got to assume it has something to do with where these games are located, the home games. That's the only thing I can think of. Just off the top of my head, I have no inside knowledge of it, but it wouldn't make any sense to just not cancel the first, first one and second one. Why the first and the fourth? That just doesn't make any sense. Unless it's the dates too, where they're canceling that fourth game to see if they can get time between, this regular season and preseason, give a little bit more time.
I would say that maybe so, because like, what do you think about them canceling the preseason games in the first place?
Well, it's a sign of things to come. I hate to say it. They keep saying they want to play. There was Adam Schefter that said that there was an inside source that said that he is very sure they were going to play. But I have asked this question quite a while now. Are they going to have a season? And every time games get close, they end up canceling. So we're going to have to wait and see. But this isn't a good sign.
Yeah, it isn't a good sign. Make sure you guys come in and like the video. I will be hosting the round table tomorrow. I would say my thing is it is going to be a season, because even if the second wave, I think like around September, late September to October, maybe they started in November. But this is the NFL. They make too much money. They're going to have a season. Like,
it's a money situation.
I don't care if this lasted as long as possible. They're gonna have a season. They're making too much money, even if they have to shorten the season and be like, look, it's gonna be a 10-game season.
But in my opinion, the other sports are making money too, and they can't afford to lose games either. But every sport has its own economy, basically. So to say that, they're making more money, it's just that their economy is higher than the others. Everybody in every sport has to pay their players, they have to make payroll, they have to pay their employees, they have to get that money from somewhere, TV deals and everything else. So no matter what they make or what level they're at, they still all have an economy, and everything works together when they're playing. So I think that every stoppage right now is hurting every sport that we have.
Right. I guess so. Devin99 says Chris Jones wants out of Kansas City. 4GA722 says can't wait for the running back position battle. And Peter says cancel all the preseason games. But I'm going to go to what Devin99 talks about. Chris Jones wanting out of Kansas City. Ooh. Now, this is something we need to talk about because this is something I brought up yesterday on the roundtable. I brought up that if you look at it, Chris Jones wants, I think he like 21 million or something. Like, I'm like, oh man, there's no way it's no way we can afford that. And I don't think we can afford that, but I want him so bad because I think he wants to be the highest paid defensive end in the NFL. But this is my thing. Would you break the bank on Christian Jones?
Yes. It's a position of need. We do have a pretty good defensive tackle, but what's behind him? What's behind Danny Shelton? We don't have anybody but the draft picks that we had. We have what? Oh my gosh, I can't even remember the guy's name that backs him up. That played last year. Strong. I can't remember if we still have him. I can't remember
Kevin
if we still
Strong, have Deshaun Hand.
Deshaun Hand is more of a pass rush type of a defensive tackle. He does the stuff to run.
I think Deshaun Hand is a complete football defensive lineman. I
agree. I think we need a big run stuffing, and that could be, we could keep him, but man, if we could get, oh my gosh, we get him. Think of that rush, and then we still have the emphasis on the secondary. The only thing we would need to deal with then would be linebackers, and I think that defense would be pretty set.
Well, if we get Chris Jones, our linebackers are going to be better. But this is my thing. Everyone knows I've been of the go all in.
Yes.
But if you sign Chris Jones, you still got to pay Kenny Golladay. How are you going to do that this season, signing both of them? Well, and then you got Trey Flowers on $90 million. Stafford is making
I go and I restructure Matthew Stafford's contract and Trey Flowers, and then I get rid of Christian Jones.
Well, of course, get rid of Christian Jones.
Sorry, that's an easy one. But no, I mean,
we can. You guys come in and like the video. Of course, you're going to get rid of Christian Jones.
The cap can be manipulated. It just can.
21 million.
If you're going to get,
if we pay him 21 million, basically,
we may have to put a player in that deal. We may have to get rid of an asset to get that.
No, yeah.
Would you give up Marvin Jones?
I would.
To get him, because it may take.
I just did a video about wanting to keep Marvin Jones.
Oh, I do. I like Marvin Jones. I saw that video about putting him in the slot was intriguing. I really thought that was a good. I think
Luke G made a point about that, and I thought about it, and I'm like, that would be genius to put this man in the
slot. So much sense.
Yeah, he would be a nightmare. Kool-Aid and Cornbread says, "What would I give up to get Chris Jones?" Well, I would give up not next year, but the year after that first. And if they want a fourth, that they can have a fourth. And then if they want like a fifth, this upcoming, I'll get that. So a first, a fourth, and a fifth. But over a span of 3 years. But see, this is the thing. I want Miko Hartman. So let's try to throw Marvin Jones in there so we can get Miko Hartman. I want him. Could you imagine him in this offense?
Oh my god!
With his speed? Oh my gosh! I want they got Miko Hartman and Tyreek Hill. It's just completely unfair. Why do you need two of the fastest players? Tyreek Hill's the fastest player I've seen since Devin Hester. So you got Tyreek Hill and Miko Hartman on the same team. Why are you doing this, Chiefs? But my thing is, I think I want Chris Jones, but the deal has to be right because we paying Trey Flowers $90 million.
It does.
Stafford's deal is like 20 something. I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you. I don't know how much he's getting paid this year, but they structured it in a way where it's like he's technically getting paid the least this year with the way that they structured. They structured it very weirdly. But make sure you guys coming in like the video. I'll say it once again. The roundtable will be on my channel tomorrow. Yes. What were you saying?
I was just gonna say that Peter Pignatello says that we never get the top dogs. I kind of agree with him, man. We never go out and make that splash move.
Wasn't Flowers the top dog?
Okay, let's put it this way. He was a top dog in his class in that year.
Right, but he wasn't Khalil Mack.
No, we could have made a trade for Khalil Mack. We could have done a lot of things. Because we had to get a corner. I'm just kidding.
Man, I don't. Why didn't we? But he said faster Tyree Hill or Chris Johnson. Look, bro, I don't want to say Tyree Hill is the fastest player I ever seen because I think that's disrespectful to some players.
Right.
But he like that man is so fast. Like
He is
it's just
very
like
fast.
unbelievable. And I saw some stat where he has like a 99 deep ball rating, which is like the highest in NFL history. Like it's just crazy what that dude can do. But I ain't here to talk about Tyree Hill because unless the Chiefs trying to trade him to the Lions, you know.
Yeah, I know. It's some dreams that we've been having. We woke up though.
Yeah, but I think if the Chiefs are willing to get rid of Chris Jones, we just had to put together a package. Look, I would go for it, but I need to sign Kenny Golladay and handle Chris Jones, and it could be an all-in year. Look, man, if we get Chris Jones, then I'm gonna be extremely confident in this football team. But my thing is still depth. What if something happens? Then who's behind them?
You still got Deshaun Hand though.
Yeah. I mean, like if we could rotate Deshaun Hand in. Chris Jones and Trey Flowers and Danny Shelton, and you rotating the Okwara brothers too, and Austin Bryant on that outside linebacker pass rusher role.
And Collins. Don't forget about Jamie Collins.
Don't forget about Jared Davis.
Who?
Jared Davis
I'm just kidding.
He just had a bad year.
I'm kidding.
He still had some sacks this year. He can rush the passer. He just had a bad year.
He can.
So
I think to be honest, I think his ankle injury hurt him quite a bit. His mobility wasn't as good. His speed was great, but being able to cut, I didn't see him having that last year.
You could just tell, like, look, man, if you know football, you don't have to be a football coach to know football. If you know football, you could just tell something was different about Jared Davis, and it was since that ankle injury, the entire season he just didn't look the same. And maybe he can get healthy with that, but regardless of that, I think he will be healthy, and regardless of what else he can do covering, I trust him to be a missile that you can launch at the quarterback.
I agree.
So when you add that in, I mean, Jelani Tavai can pass rush too. So look,
he can
work
too.
out.
I mean, if you get Chris Jones, do you think this defense? How high do you think this defense can be rated as in overall in the NFL if we were to get him? How big of a difference does that make?
If we get Chris, okay, so I think the Lions are going to be anywhere from like 17th to like 14th in defense. Mm-hmm. Like it made like anywhere from 18th to like 13th, like that range.
Okay,
we get Chris Jones, we're talking about 6 to 10. Seriously, because you're convincing me a little bit because I'm like, don't break the bank on him. Like we got to be smart. But I just thought about what the Bears did. The Bears was like, I mean, they're in a worse position now, but just like the Rams, I always bring up the Bears and the Rams so people think they sold everything for a championship. Yeah,
I would,
but their quarterbacks suck.
But they got that's a championship. What y'all don't get. See, that's the thing, though. We ain't got a championship, so I sell all out for a championship.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's my whole point. Jim.
Would you trade? No, I'm gonna ask
my whole point is the Lions have never went all in, and we still ain't won. Try going all in, maybe it'll work.
Would you trade the next 5 years of being totally miserably terrible for one championship? And I know I would.
Man, I would trade the next 15. I wouldn't care.
See,
I wouldn't care.
Older,
like
so
if we get that one ring, look, I'm not gonna be happy we're a bad team, but like I got my you heard Val talking about that 85 Bears ring. You get that one, you can talk. You know?
Yes. So, I hate that, don't you? That's all Aaron Rodgers has won is one. If Stafford wins one, Stafford's in the Hall of Fame. Easy.
Well,
if he wins
one. Look, I don't know if he needs a championship. I just think he needs to go to a Super Bowl.
But I mean, he's going to be talked about totally different. He'll be talked about totally different.
I've already said this. If Stafford wins a championship, he'd a go. Now, if you want to go Tom Brady or Montana, I won't argue. I won't argue with you at all.
Right.
But he's the GOAT because to me, he's Drew Brees, but younger in a worse situation with better passing stats.
Yes.
And no run game.
5 years he didn't have a 100-yard rusher.
Like, so I think it'll be great. Let me read some comments. Make sure you guys like the video. He says, we need to get Brian going, see what he about. He thinks we can be Peter Pignatello thinks we can be close to top 15 with Chris Jones. I think there's no way we're not a top 10 defense as Chris Jones is healthy. I
agree with that. I like what Devin99 said. Yannick Ngakoue is still out there, but I don't know how he fits in this team, to be honest. I'm not trying to be funny, but isn't he an end? He's not a stand-up jack linebacker rusher, is he?
Yannick is an end. Chris Jones is what I call an all-purpose defensive lineman, just like Trey Flowers. They can play anywhere.
Yeah.
But people have to put some respect on Trey Flowers' name. Trey Flowers I don't know why they disrespect him because he don't get the sack numbers, but he literally got double team like top 5 most in the league for any defensive end. He still had those numbers.
Yep.
And he
And
did
was
that
hurt
without
too.
any help. And he was injured for the first 6 games.
Yep.
Then he got a sack in every single game.
Yep.
When the last
He
time a
showed
Lions
up
player
after
got a
that.
sack in every single game? Like he
Well,
like
I
5
have him.
sacks in a row.
People think I'm crazy, but I have him at 12 sacks this year. And I know that people thought I was crazy when I said it, but if you get a sack per game, that's 16 sacks per season. But I don't think he's going to get that. But I think he's capable of getting 12. I do.
It's if Deshaun Hand is healthy, no doubt, because I'm telling you, man, I know we keep saying if they're healthy, it sucks. But Deshaun Hand is special. Like, he looked really good to me, and I think he can be so good. He just, got to work at it. And if you're putting him, really I think he can be a star. That's what I'm alluding to.
Yep.
You putting him with Trey Flowers and you add Chris Jones.
Oh,
and then Danny Shelton eating up all the space. It's over. Like, we're going to be an extremely dominant football team.
So are you talking about maybe going back to a 4-3 then? What's up, Luke G?
Well, I've never liked the 3-4.
Yeah, I don't know if I like it or not. I don't like the way we're playing it right now. No, I don't. We don't know
why Peter Pignatello thinks Deshaun Hand is lazy. I just think, just like Jared Davis, he was banged up all last year, never really got to 100%. We got Luke G in the building. Make sure you guys like the video. For everybody in here, I will be hosting a roundtable on my channel tomorrow, and at 8:30, OMG, it's Lions Talk. We'll be going live with the Detroit Sports Room and myself and the Hook Cam to talk about some of the things we talked about. So make sure you guys check that out. Subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. But see, that's my thing. Hey, Luke G, Chris Jones wants about 21 million. You gonna give it up for him? Let me know in the chat.
Yeah.
Because Jim is saying he's willing to break the bank on Chris Jones. Look, I'm willing to go all in. And like I said, I think all those other teams that go all in, they don't have a quarterback. And you could say the Chiefs struggled on defense, but they got better. But the Chiefs went all in, whether you want to believe it or not. I know they had a foundation of their roster, but they signed Hill, they signed Kelsey, and then they went out and they got Clark and Chris Jones, and then they signed Terrell Suggs. They went all in, and then they had the quarterback that can make the deep throw to Tyreek Hill, not miss the wide open Emmanuel Sanders. So, like, I blame the quarterbacks, these Jimmy G's and these Jared Goffs and these Case Keenums on the Vikings. Like, none of these quarterbacks are that good. But when you got a quarterback that's actually good, like Nick Foles, I'm gonna give him credit. People act like Nick Foles wasn't good before he won the Super Bowl. He can win the Super Bowl with a good team. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends. It just depends.
Somebody want
Peter Pignatello says I want Clowney over Chris Jones. I definitely don't agree with that.
Not at all. No, because I don't even see how he fits his defense. To be quite honest, Clowney, I'm not sure.
No, Trey Flowers plays the same role as him.
Yeah,
and thing is, Chris Jones is a better football player in my opinion.
Yeah, mine too, and especially for this defense, I think. We do need that guy in the middle that can get some pass rush, because then you can't double team Trey Flowers. You got to be concerned with Chris Jones.
Yeah, Clowney just gets more credit because of his name. Like, Clowney reminds me of Chase Young. And I don't know what Chase Young is going to do on the field, but hype. That's how much he was hyped up. And yeah, he'll get 8 sacks or 9 sacks, and because he was so hyped, you'd be like, "Oh my gosh, he's so great!" Because he was so hyped to be great. But
if Clowney's so good,
4, 5, 6 DNs better than Clowney.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. If Clowney's so good, how come he still isn't in Houston or in Seattle?
Exactly.
I mean, to be honest with you, that's my thing. He's just never lived up to his hype. Does he have all the athletic ability? Sure he does. But does it show up on the field all the time? I don't think it does. It's one of those guys that he has it all, man, but he just doesn't put it
like he's one of those players that I feel like has it all but doesn't want to put it out there. Like, I'll make an example. Khalil Mack. I don't know if Khalil Mack is more talented than Clowney when we just saw him pure talent. But Khalil Mack's drive is just a different level. Aaron Donald's drive is just a different level. You know what I'm saying?
I would say Ndamukong Suh as well.
Exactly. It's just they have a different level to want to be great. And Clowney is just like, he's great. It's like a basketball player. Yeah, I can score 30 a night because I'm cold. But that don't mean that it's any substance to it.
Right. It doesn't mean it equates to wins, and doesn't
like a guy like Carmelo. I love Carmelo. Right. I'm not taking shots, but a guy like that, Guy like AI, who's literally like my top 4 or 5 players ever. So I'm not
But
taking.
he was a
shots.
ball hog too, though. You got to admit.
I love AI to death, but I'm just saying. You see what I'm saying? Like the
Yeah, I
closest they
do.
can get you is getting to the championship. But
I like AI too.
799 says Clowney's a bust.
I can't say he's a bust
I mean,
yet, but he hasn't been great.
I won't say he's a bust,
great.
but he's just way overhyped.
Well, okay. Can you say
he's
a bust? Can you say he's a bust for Houston? I can say he's a bust for
No,
Houston.
I thought he played great with Houston. I don't think they should have got rid of him. I don't think they should have.
And then Seattle got rid of him. That's what doesn't make any sense because Seattle loves.
Well, Seattle, they don't need him as much as other people.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm with you too, Pignatello. I definitely would take Sue right now.
I think it was a mistake not to sign Sue.
No, now that I'm looking back on it, that was one of the big. I didn't think that was as big of a mistake. Of course, I did when we started on 1-7, but I didn't think it was that drastic of a mistake. I'm like, if we sign Sue, we you don't know what our limit could be.
But that's what one player can do for you, like a Khalil Mack or like a Jones or like.
If we just sign this, man, in 2016, we probably do a lot. Because Stafford was on one, that wasn't gonna change. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like 2017. Like what would we have done if we just kept this man? Our defense will be so fine, and like we would have been able to fill out the rest of the roster.
And it's like I love where your head is at about making that bold move, because just look what like Khalil Mack did for the Bears, like what Snacks actually did for us when he first came here, changed the whole defense. You know, so I think we should go all in and let's get somebody in here that's going to change the defense. It's going to change the tone, and then we got the offense and defense, and I think we could go places right now.
Yeah, I'm about making a power move, man. I know you're obviously older than me, but I've watched the Lions suck my entire life.
Me too.
That's why I know Lions fans think I love Stafford too much, but that's why I'm such a big fan of Stafford. I remember those other quarterbacks.
I'm a huge fan of Stafford.
Like, I know he ain't perfect. He's made a lot of mistakes. You can blame him for a lot of things. But do y'all not remember who
you don't remember John Kitna and all these other guys?
And Joey Harrington. Like
Joey Sunshine Harrington.
So you know what? You can't give up on a great player. Like you the Lions would have never. I don't think we ever would have got rid of Calvin Johnson or Barry Sanders.
Nope.
We're not gonna get rid of Stafford unless like a regime change happens. So you just gotta ride with the guy. But I don't know, man.
Lions fans always. Oh, go ahead.
He says he was the number 1 overall pick. He says he was the number 1 overall pick. But I can't call him a bust because that would mean he's not a star. He's still like a top 10 DN. He's just extremely overrated.
I have this discussion all the time with Lions fans. Dave Craig,
Orlowski, right?
But here's the thing, though. I have this discussion with Lions fans all the time. They want the guy that's not there. They're not going to tell me who they want to replace him with. Let's just get rid of the guy. So, we still haven't replaced Barry Sanders. Anybody? I'm serious. That running game has never been the same. Javid Best maybe, and then Reggie Bush in his first year. But we've never replaced that production. Why do you want to get rid of the guy who's producing to get the guy we don't even know who he is? Just to make a change? Is that what you want to do? Okay, that sounds dumb.
And and my thing is this. I know some fans think we're not gonna win with Stafford. Why don't y'all just wait it out? Like, if Stafford never won a thing with the Lions, of course, I don't think that's going to happen. I think he will. Why don't you just wait to 5 or 7 years and we'll get that new QB y'all want? Why does it have to be now when he's still a top 8 QB in the league? Then you're going to get rid of a top 10 quarterback. If y'all want a replacement, wait 5 years. Y'all get that replacement and we will continue to lose. And you'll get what you want. But for now, you got to build around the guy that you got. Like, there's like Big Ben should be not gone from the Steelers. But the Steelers is going to milk. I know he won Super Bowls. But the Steelers are going to milk that cow because he ain't been the best. They're going to milk that cow. You don't get rid of a good quarterback. You put something around him no matter what. Like, I don't care if Patrick Mahomes ever wins anything ever again. He's never leaving that team. So it's just Sean Hill. Oh, my gosh. Jeff Garcia. like I remember like Kitna and Joey Harrington really scarred me very badly.
Sean Hill. I like Sean Hill.
Specifically, it was them two that had like, and Culpepper was just terrible, but it wasn't nothing to me. But those two really like had me thinking like I was like, that's why Megatron was my favorite player because he's the he's the only reason I can watch a football game.
Yep. Yep. And it's like
okay, before Megatron, it was hard.
We just don't know how lucky we are to have a player like Stafford on our team and to say, well, he hasn't won anything. Yeah, he's had an average of terrible running game. Like I think it was the 26th rated running game over the years that he's been here and the 20th rated defense. So yeah, let's blame him.
Yeah, it's just funny to me sometimes because like you don't know what you got till it's gone. And I'm with you on the replacement thing. Who like if you talking Trevor Lawrence, all right, I'm with you. Let's get him. I believe in Trevor. But we ain't getting Trevor Lawrence. And Trevor Lawrence is only come around once every 10 years, like your Staffords and your Andrew Lucks.
Exactly.
Like, the greatest quarterbacks that come out, the Stafford, Andrew Luck, Lamar Jackson, Mahomes, Watson, even Cam Newton. But that's like 6 guys I named. I'm not saying the other guys I didn't name aren't good, like Russell Wilson or whatever. But I'm saying, like, those are the guys. Russell Wilson is a phenomenal quarterback, but I don't know if he's a generational talent. And I'm not hating.
I agree, though. I mean, it's like
he's a phenomenal quarterback. Like, he's amazing. I don't know, but like Lamar, Mahomes, even Andrew Luck, like Stafford, even Cam Newton to an extent with the way he ran the football.
Yep.
Those guys like that. My point is, Trevor Lawrence, like, look, people got lucky with Mahomes. Trevor Lawrence, it's not gonna be no QBs like him for a while. That's just what I believe. I could be wrong. He could be the biggest bust. It ain't gonna be no QBs like him for a minute. Kid's special. So when you want to replace Stafford, yeah, I need to replace him with somebody of his caliber, and that's what I always say. If I want to replace him with I need to replace him with somebody that I know is gonna take me there.
Yeah, but that's not rare. That's not a typical Lions fan mentality, though. I take my partner Tim. I mean, he's like, "Oh, let's just get rid of him because we need a change of scenery." I mean, if you want to you don't want to go from the palace to the outhouse, that's fine. But I don't. You know, I don't know what's better, and the grass isn't greener on the other side like people think. It just isn't.
And Devin99 says the QB class is loaded. But before I say that, make sure you guys like the video if you haven't already. I will be hosting the roundtable tomorrow. Make sure you guys stop by for that. But we need a quarterback that can overcome. So I'm not saying those other quarterbacks, Justin Fields and some of the other guys aren't good. I'm not saying Joe Burrow isn't amazing. I'm not saying Tua isn't amazing. But all these top quarterbacks have been on stack teams, Trevor Lawrence included. But Trevor Lawrence is a guy that I think can overcome our shortcomings. I don't know about those other guys in next year's draft. Like, I think he can do it because he's mobile and he can throw the football. He just like he reminds me a lot of Carson Wentz, but more mobile. So, but it's just like that's one guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the other thing,
something that's gonna happen.
The other thing is Stafford's only 32 years old, man. I don't know when it became a thing that 32-year-old quarterbacks are old and they're washed up. I don't believe that at all. I know it's a special player to be able to play long, but I see that in Stafford. I see that specialness to him. I know he's been getting injured, but if you don't have an offensive line, that dude is going to get injured. That dude is one of the toughest people I've ever seen in my life. And I think he could play till he's at least 40, 45 maybe. So if you think he's going to be retiring anytime soon, I don't think that's the case at all. So why are we even looking for a new quarterback at this point? He's got at least 4 or 5 years left in this league. At least.
I think he's going to be playing at a top 10 level till he's 37, 38.
Right.
And
so even he's only 32. So what? That's 6 years?
Yeah, but I'm saying even once he's 37, 38, all you got to do is put a team around him. We don't act like Drew Brees and Tom Brady haven't declined the last 5 years. They have. Yep. They got teams, though. You know what I'm saying? And, they're smart quarterbacks. But that's the thing with me. Like I said, you just got to find a running game and get a team around the guy so you can be successful and just try to build a foundation. But I'm with you. I'm not convinced that a new regime will get rid of Stafford.
I'm not either.
Why?
Yeah, I have no idea.
But if you want to replace, this is my thing.
We
if
thought
you
that when
want to
Patricia
replace
was
him,
coming in.
if you want to replace him. But what's easier than building than milking Stafford? And if he doesn't do it for you for 2 years, you're like, all right. You know what I'm saying? I don't see why you wouldn't want to do that, but it is what it is. Devin99 says Trey Lance and Jamie Newman are two QBs I would look at if we look at QB next draft. I'm gonna have to look what schools do they play for? Are those small school guys or not? I don't know. Let me know, Devin99. I'm gonna have to look it up because I'm only paying attention to two quarterbacks. That's Trevor Lawrence and Fields, but there's always a great quarterback prospect that shows up and balls out every college season if we even have a college season. So just let me know. But one more topic we're going to talk about, and then we're going to do some questions, and I'm going to just get up out of here. This is a shorter video for you guys. Now, earlier we were talking about how is Darius Slade being bitter for confirming what Devontae Adams said about him knowing the defenses, or is he just being real and truthful? And I don't think Slade was being bitter. I think he was just speaking facts. You know what I'm saying? But it leads me to a bigger question about Matt Patricia. Is this something that all of these players saying something? Is this Matt Patricia's fault? Or are the players are they really just against him and they're giving him a bad rap and giving him a hard time? What do you think about that?
I think it's Matty P. I do. And the reason I say this, it's not just Lions players that are coming out and saying stuff. What does Adams have against us? You know what I'm saying? Or against him personally or whatever. There's nothing that is like bitterness on his part. Devontae Adams came out and said stuff. Richard Sherman came out and said stuff. It's like, okay, really? You can't all be saying things about one guy from other teams too and have it not be at least partially on him.
Yeah, and like Luke said, Slay was being truthful, and the problem is Patricia, and it's obvious to me. It is what it is. That's what I'm saying. Slay, I'm like, so now, I mean, look, we know Slay, it didn't end with what I'm saying, now Slay can't confirm something without, fans taking shots with, I know people think he is bitter, but that don't mean it was about this. And to me, I just think he was confirming what he said. Yeah. I just think he was confirming, what he said. So, in my eyes, Patricia has a lot of work to do. I don't know why all the players want to attack him or whatever, but it just
he walked in.
I don't
there.
like it.
He walked.
It don't make me feel good about the Lions. Right. When everybody is telling me my coach ain't that good.
He walked into that place like he owned the place and he knew everything and nobody else knew a thing. And that's what a lot of people have said about him. Now they said he got better in year 2, and can he mature in year 3 to be a better quarterback? Basically. He's the coach of the team. But you know what I'm saying, though? Can he lead this team? And I don't know that. I don't think his defenses were ever that great. That's just my opinion. I said that earlier. I don't think his defenses even in New England were that wonderful. But, it is who we have. And for me, I'm rooting for my team. But if you're going to ask me what I personally feel about Matt Patricia, I just don't think he's the right coach for this team.
And I mean, with the players saying don't make it feel good, but I'm gonna go on to and make sure you guys drop your questions in the chat. But we gonna talk some Pistons real quick because I think Blake Griffin needs to be the guy that gets Sekou Doumbouya right. Yes. What'd you think about that?
I do too. I think Sekou's problem's mostly mental at this point. I think he was put in positions last year that was not beneficial to his development. If we're going to be just honest about it, I've seen frustration in him. After his first few games, he looked amazing, and then all of a sudden, he didn't look good at all. To me, he didn't look. He's going down, getting his shot swatted most of the time. Giving the ball up. He wasn't as aggressive as he was before, I didn't think. But I think he was put in a situation that was really tough for him in a game that he needs to develop that part of his game yet. And Blake Griffin is the person to train him. I totally believe that.
Yeah, well, you had his coach break his confidence. But I feel like he needs to aspire to be Blake Griffin now and Blake Griffin when he was younger. Be the athletic phenom that can shoot the basketball, put it on the floor, open up his bag and cook you. Because I love Blake Griffin. Yeah. Because he's a very good offensive player. It's just he lost his athleticism.
He
And I
did.
like to watch him play basketball because like he has a rare moves. I'm like, oh, I ain't seen that move from you, Blake. That was not, I just like to watch. I just like to watch it. But when I'm looking at it, Sekou needs a lot of work, and that post game Blaze got that memory. I mean, Blake is a complete basketball player. Let's just be 100 about it. Besides on defense, and that's why I think he can be that on defense. He can be the point forward that you need him to be, and he can be on the post. But he has to learn the skills. And you got one of the best guys in the entire NBA at doing all of that. Peter Pignatello says it's football season. It's football season, but the Pistons draft is coming up soon. So
we talk all of it.
We talk all sports, man. It's all love over here. Make sure you guys drop any questions you have, Pistons or Lions. It doesn't matter.
One more thing about Blake Griffin that people, I don't know if they realize or not. He's like a coach out there. He's extremely smart. He knows his position really well. He's out there coaching up people. He's helping everybody else. And I think he's very valuable to this team, especially getting young people right now, and coaching up young people.
JT Sports says Trey rolls back. No, you good. We holding on to Rose for dear life until we can trade him for something extremely nice. But I don't want to get rid of him at all. And I just think Sekou needs a mentor. And Blake Griffin was injured the entire year, so he couldn't do nothing but talk to him. But now he be like, all right, yeah, this is how I do it. So like when I'm cooking you, this is how you supposed to be doing them. Sekou, because he's gonna be checking Blake in practices. So let me read some of the questions in the chat. We got Mondo Ray Moore in the building. What's good, Mondo Ray Moore? We got to get you on one of these, man. I love to talk sports with you, fam. What do I think the Pistons starting five will look like starting next season?
That's going to be rough.
Sekou, Luke Kennard, the point guard we draft.
Hopefully.
Blake Griffin and Christian Wood. What about you?
That's interesting. I mean, I think I got the same as you. I'm not sure what I have at the center position, though. I think that's going to be different. I think we don't have our center on the team yet. I don't think we have our point guard on the team yet, but I agree with the rest of it.
Yeah, I definitely do. Let me look at some more of these questions. Let's see. Let's talk about who we want to coach the Lions. Look, I pray, please, Lord, let us win this year because I don't want to know what it looks like with Matt Patricia leaving and we losing Stafford and going into the dark ages. Now we get Trevor Lawrence, we won't be in no dark ages. Y'all got me on record saying that.
I still don't think we're going to get rid of Stafford, even if we.
No, I'm just saying.
Right.
And so when we're looking about who is a new coach, I want Lincoln Riley.
That's good.
And I hate Urban Meyer's team, but I think Urban Meyer could do something in the NFL.
I don't know if I like Urban Meyer as a person, but
no, I hate him as a person. I hate his guts, but
right.
He's a very good coach.
Like a very good coach. But I think
he's an amazing coach.
I'm not sure that he's. Well, he can't recruit in the NFL either. And
and then I would take Robert Saleh. I still like him. I would take Eric Bieniemy, Robert Saleh, and Lincoln Riley are like my top three choices. Let me look at.
I'm a crazy person. I would bring back Schwartz. I would love him to keep Daryl Bevel and run that defense and offense together. That would be amazing. I really believe that. I think he's learned a lot. I think that he would. I don't know if he'd ever come back just because of what's happened to him here. But if you get him and you kept Bevel, I think that's one of the best offensive and defensive tandems maybe in the league.
Right. We got another question. Do you have any faith in the NBA lottery helping the Pistons?
No.
I actually do. I do. Because they helped the Pelicans. The Pelicans lost AD and they gave them Zion Williamson. We didn't lose nobody, but they gonna give us somebody.
Ooh, Rex Ryan.
I'm gonna live on the positive side.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you from Red Wings perspective. They lost. They were the last place team in the league.
Red Wings though. Red Wings
they got
like
fourth.
Top three franchise in like
freaking
NHL history.
No, it's Detroit. It's Detroit versus everybody. I swear to God, it is. The Pistons have only moved up one time in their entire lottery history. I think that's true. Check me on that if I'm wrong.
Mondo Ray Moore says, if I'm Sekou, Blake ain't training me. Why do you think that? I think Blake is an extremely skilled basketball player, a small forward, power forward type. Why wouldn't you want Sekou training? I mean, Blake training Sekou. Like, he's the best player on the team. I don't know where you're at.
And one of the best basketball minds on the team as well.
and he understands Sekou's abilities because he was that athletic. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Y'all need Isaiah. If you talking about Zeke, yeah, we do.
Zeke, yeah.
I know I would, but look, I would not mind bringing Shorts back. I think
I wouldn't either.
he made some bumps on the road, but he went
Yep.
out, he won a championship, and he's a much better football mind. I'm all for it. I think Stafford loves him. I think the city actually really likes Schwartz. I'm for it. I'm being 100. Like, if we brought back Jim Schwartz, you're not gonna see me angry until he start losing games. Because I think the defense gonna be tough again. We gonna be gritty. Jim Schwartz gonna make us draft a nasty player that's stomping on people like
Yes,
I need
exactly.
that nastiness, man. No, go out there. You go out there and you go get me the nastiest, meanest player out there.
Yep.
I'm Jim Schwartz, and my D line
Yep.
is gonna kill you.
Yep.
I would
And
gladly
every
take
and every time they got a touchdown, man, he's fist pumping and all this other stuff. I swear, man, I need that energy, man. I really do. Oh, Sekou should hit up Tim Duncan. That is not a bad idea at all.
Interesting.
Because Tim Duncan, Mr. Fundamental, I swear to God, that guy's.
Yeah. Hey man, I don't know, man. I just think, but Blake.
I do think Blake.
I like him. Blake over almost anyone because he dribbles the ball.
I don't like him over Tim
Duncan. Doesn't.
But Tim Duncan's a center.
Skill set. It's just Blake is 1,000 times better.
I still think Tim Duncan's a really good option. I do.
Well, he's probably top 3 most fundamental basketball players ever.
Yeah,
so
I agree with that 100%. But yeah, I like him a lot. All right, we need to get to some more questions.
Yeah, in a second. All right,
you got something else?
No. All right, guys, drop some more questions because we're going to get out of here in a minute at 8:30. OMG, if Lions Talk is going live with myself, the Detroit Sports Room, Mr. Jim Bordeaux, the Hook Cam, the main man.
Hook can't make it. I just got a message from Hook Cam. He can't make it tonight.
Well, it doesn't matter. We still here. We gonna be there with you all. It's gonna be a nice show. Make sure you guys stop by. If you haven't subscribed to OMG is Lions Talk, just go type it in on the YouTube search bar. Because me, Jim, OMG, and some others, we gonna be there having some fun. Make sure you guys drop your last questions in the chat because I will wrap it up soon. And make sure you remember the round table will be on my channel tomorrow. We're gonna have a lot of fun, y'all. A lot of fun. Devin99 says my top 3 in this draft for the Pistons is LaMelo, Edwards, and Killian Hayes. What's mine? Mine is LaMelo, Killian Hayes, and then Danny Avdija. Yeah. It's like, no, Anthony Edwards.
I was going to say, that's pretty much my top 3 too, man. We need a point guard really bad. LaMelo Ball is it for me. Killian Hayes, I like him, but I don't like him as much as Melo. So that's just what I think.
Yeah. Why should the Lions fire Patricia? I don't think they should fire him unless the team don't deliver. Honestly,
why should they fire Patricia? This is an interesting question because
I don't think they should unless the team is like. I think it's too late to get rid of him now. But let's see if he has his guys. Let's see if it works.
If this team tanks again, that's why. But if this team turns around and we make the playoffs and we're going places and it looks like we're heading in the right direction, I don't think we should. It's just that simple. He has to put up or shut up this year.
Buffed up with the best comment of the show. Obi Toppin going to be in so many rap lyrics if you become a star. Oh my gosh, you are right.
For sure.
Boy, he's a hot flower. They call him his name is Obi Toppin. Oh man, they gonna be killing it. Oh, you're right, man. He says I want to see LaMelo in Golden State for some reason. I do not because I don't want his confidence to be destroyed. He's literally playing with 2 of the greatest guards in NBA history.
Why would they want to
let him rise on his own somewhere?
I don't know.
Yeah, but Jim, you got final thoughts for today?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, JMO. This has been a blast. I love talking Lions, Pistons, Red Wings, whatever we're going to bring up, and I appreciate you having me today. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Check out OMG, it's Lions Talk. We're going there next, and we'll be starting that at 8:30 on OMG, it's Lions Talk channel. All right, thanks, JMO.
Right, as Jim said, we're going to be on OMG, it's Lions Talk, talking a little bit more in depth about the Lions. So make sure you guys don't miss it. Make sure you guys like the video if you haven't already. Thank you. all you guys for coming by just to talk some Lions, a little bit of Pistons, a little bit of sports with us. As I said, the roundtable will be on my channel tomorrow. Make sure you don't miss it. Clear your schedule. Go tell a friend to tell a friend. We're going to have a great time. Y'all know we're going to have a good time. I'm going to call it Free Smoke Thursday. Since it's going to be my first hosting, it's going to be a good time, you guys. But
it's going to be lit with J-Mo hosting. It's going to be amazing.
Nah,
you guys got to check that out. Got to check that out.
Yeah, it's going to be good, man. All right, man.
All right.